Hey guys, it's me, Shanaman. I know it's been a while. You're probably wondering, where have you been? I got grounded. It kind of sucked. I was grounded for like a month, for reasons I will not disclose, because why do you want to know, creep? But since I've been ungrounded, I've been playing my fair share of needy streamer overload, and I mean, gotta say, it's just like having a real girlfriend. Isn't that right, honey? Oh, anyways, today I got 4 Reddit stories for you, from r/NiceGuys. I almost said, am I the nice guy? Ugh. The collage nobody needs to see. They get crazier. They get crazier as they go. That's all I can really say. Let's get into it. I have no idea what that stands for. I'm honestly kind of stupid. You're obviously just not worthy of my greatness. Sounds great so far.
Yeah, you should defo look into it and try it yourself. I'm sure you won't regret it. Hope you enjoyed your shower.
I did, thank you. It was super hot and nice.
Okay. This is where I try to say just like you are without sounding cringe but fail miserably.
Okay. Appreciate it.
Shame I was in the shower with you. I could have watched your back. Wasn't what?
Oh, shame I can't read. That wouldn't be so bad.
Sorry, my typos are super bad on a phone. I've jumped onto my PC now.
That's okay. My typos are worse.
I'm great with PCs, but my age shows a little when I put a smartphone in my hand, not gonna lie. And also challenge accepted.
I don't think I would know how to use an Android, and I'm a decade younger.
Yeah, I've always been a PC geek, really. Terminally online, so I'm kind of a man of internet culture as opposed to my own generations.
That is your first sign to run, okay? The first sign is that you're messaging him on Reddit. And then him saying he's terminally online, openly admitting it, saying it with pride, that's first sign. Get out of there. That is... What are you, crazy? I disagree. I mean, the first part, sure, of course it's your experience, but you're a millennial and all millennials were chronically online and are way better with PCs than other generations. We're the same generation.
Bruh, have you met 42-year-old men? They now have to use Microsoft Office and have a fake book account, but that it. They think Nigel Farage and Tommy Robinson is their best mate. Please don't paint me with that ignorant brush. I'm referring to their ignorance, though, not your own. Maybe you're right. Maybe guy like me are 10 to penny, and I've totally got it wrong. It's just I'm not seeing them in my day-to-day life. In fact, I think you should go speak to those guys instead, then probably live closer. They probably live closer. In fact, I think you should go speak to those guys instead. They probably live closer, and good luck with that too.
That's a little bit of an overreaction.
Sorry, but can you actually go fuck yourself? That's how much appreciation you have for me.
Whoa! It's an instant turnaround.
Appreciate you for me. And who am I? And for someone who claims to read a lot, you sure do have a very limited imagination and diction.
Oh,
You kind of low IQ basic as fuck, not gonna lie. Enjoy your life with your fellow basic normies stuck on their default setting.
Oh wow, I wanted to give you some space to calm down and speak to you when you're better, but okay. I hope you get better and get some help.
Nah, I'm good. You just a kid playing silly mid-games. Go be with your people. I don't know why. I don't know why I tolerated your bullshit for that long. Anyway, you're about as interesting as a wet wipe.
Wet wipes are interesting. You take that back, buddy.
I don't say a thing out of anger either. I say what I mean and mean what I say, but you have the whole world worked out, right? You know me better than myself anyway, so you knew that already. You were like 26 years old that stopped learning and growing. I would have given you a chance still. All you would have to be is kind and honest, and I could have worked with that, but nah, you just want to play games like a child instead.
When did this happen? What is this guy on?
I've lost too far much self-worth from my immediate family members through abuse to let them take any more, let alone someone I just met who's known me for 5 minutes and thinks they got me all worked out. Sorry, but you crossed a line that can't be uncrossed there. Like, imagine if tried mansplaining your age group to you. Do you even hear yourself when you talk? You're saying that? Let me guess, when I mentioned ego, a voice in your head said, ego? I don't have an ego like men do as well, didn't you? I'm sorry, but that's basic default setting shit. You see, I'm only nice to nice people, and you kind of ain't that. I think I best stop now. I said too many mean things already, but I still stand by it. You're obviously just not worthy of my greatness, and I'm sorry you had to make negative assumptions before you got to learn about me. I'm sorry, but I'm so done wasting so much time and effort on low-tier people who can't appreciate my uniqueness or see it when it's staring them in the face. I'm done with being judged by someone else's self-constraints and limits of possibility, or being put into a box with a bad choice you made. I'm just deserve better. I mean, just look at the difference between the way we convey our thoughts and feelings. I'm an uneducated guy from a predominantly white council estate that was just full of low IQ racists and thieves, but listen to the way I speak and think. I'm actually built different. There's no positive male role models in my life. My parents knew nothing about words such as encouragement or love. This is all self-driven and self-taught. There's no way a man like myself should and could have come from my environment and background. I shouldn't exist.
Then how about you stop?
Sorry, that was really mean. That suicide's not the answer. Sorry, shouldn't have said that. I lived a life too. I worked and lived in a foreign country. I've DJ'd at a huge house at mansion on an outdoor stage at a weekend-long house party. I've warmed up for a big international no DJ duo called Organ Donors. I've organized, ran, and promoted my own nights, and even an event been to add to what am I saying? Have been to loads of big festivals and weekenders, namely the Tidy Weekenders exclusively. I've been to Stonehenge at the summer solstice and danced inside the stone circle with druids. I can't believe you really tried to put me in a box. Nobody owns a box that fits me into or even realizes that one can exist.
Okay, let's roll this back. Let's see how, let's go back to how this started.
Okay, so
She had a shower. He made a flirty joke. And she went with it. He says he's great with PCs.
okay, so he just says his PC geek
And terminally online opposed to his own generation. And then she says, I disagree. I mean, first part, sure, is your experience. So yes, you've been terminally online. We confirmed that. But she says, you're a millennial and all millennials were chronically online and way better with PCs than other generations. And it said, you and her are the same generation. So just saying, well, maybe the way of saying all millennials, that's like generalization. So I could, like, it's nothing to be too pissed about, but like, and then he just got pissed. He like, first off, he's like, have you met like these 40, like dogging on people in his own generation? And then he just like, maybe you're right. Maybe guys like me are 10 to penny? And I've totally got it wrong. Okay, so yeah, basically he just said like, he said, yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you should go talk to those guys instead. And then, how about you go fuck yourself? Like, what? Whoa! I'm much bigger now. I had a growth spurt and none of it went to my body except there. That is a great start. Honestly, if you were in my school and grade, like, you would have been wiped up by now. Like, yeah, you would be in college, but you'd be the first one in your grade to be wiped up. Oh god, you're so fucking cute and beautiful, and the fact that you like face paint makes me happy, because then I don't always have to worry about, you know, messing up the makeup that you don't need. Great start. There's three more parts. Okay, I gotta read the first part. Also, remember I showed you how much bigger I can grow for you? Well, I'm much bigger now. I had a growth spurt and none of it went to my body except there. Sorry about the baldness. I'm them straight out, like, weird message. If this is weird at all, I just, like, God, I really wish this fall, whenever you go back to school, you have like a week or two where to where, like, you don't have anything important going on. Cause I don't want to break you, but it's just bound to happen. Like, it's a disgrace that you're not wiped up and that you're single right now. Like, what are men and what are people thinking? Like, even if I was a chick and I saw you, like, there's something about you that, but just, like, makes me fall. And I think it's the fact that I like no matter what you do, you will keep doing it. Recommended dimples just make me want to paint that face and treat you right like God. What the hell? I don't want to read this out. Anyways, how was your day? I hope the funeral wasn't too harsh, and also, when are you coming back to Fred? Because if you want, I could save my cum until then, or should I drain it a few times and not give you that much? Okay. So, like, yeah, it's a disgrace you haven't like in a relationship and haven't been wiped up. Like, what are people thinking? If I was a girl, I would go crazy on you, man. Anyways, how was your day? I hope the funeral wasn't that harsh. Do you want me to drain my balls? What the fuck? What? What is this guy on? What? My God, there's more. There's so much more. It's more forewarning than anything, because, baby girl, that's why you know I'm daddy. I just saying to you so this way, like, you know where I stand, and then when it does happen, you're not gonna suffer, because I've had that happen before, where I've had someone, and then they underestimated me, and I feel bad because I put them out of work for a week, and then they end up losing their damn job, but they said they had like a tight cramp, and then when I tried getting rid of it, it was like more of a knot or something inside of their body that they just couldn't get out of their system for a while, so then I had to come back over, we massaged them, and then of course, like, you need to know what it's like, bathroom man, to feel pleasure, because you might be but I'm not losing another beautiful woman due to the fact that men can't their shit together and can't fucking keep their fucking mind at bay when it comes to women. Like I never understood that. How can you fuck up and lose a beautiful woman? Yeah, I dicked her down so hard, she got an ulcer. I don't want to read the rest of this. I don't want to read the rest of this, man. Like yourself, like, people like to call themselves men, but yet they're pussies. Like, a real man doesn't give a fuck what other people say. They treat women with respect, dignity, gratitude, and love, and all women. Okay. Yeah, you're expressing your dignity, respect, and gratitude by talking about how you dicked down another girl one time so bad that they like lost their job after, like, absolutely just, like, pretty much objectifying her. Maybe, I don't know, probably that's probably what it is. And then, like, how was your day? I hope the funeral didn't suck.
A real man doesn't give a fuck what other people say. They treat women with respect, dignity, gratitude, and love, and all women, not just certain fucking forms. I'm talking about like cis fans, trans, borderline fucking cross dressers. They can all get it too, and I know that makes you happy knowing that I'm okay with all that stuff, and most men are, because they're not men, they're pussy. Couldn't have said it better myself. They're soy boys. A real man gets off the fact that he's getting pleased because his daddy, and he does stuff that daddy does like. Daddy does like that. I want to be that man in your life. I don't even want to be all sexual, but in order for me to know that you're down, I need to know that you can deal with me saying this shit. I don't want to be all sexual, but do you want me to drain my balls? How many more are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't. You know what? I'm just gonna turn it in there. I think that's probably a good spot to leave it, honestly. I don't want to read the rest of that. That was disgusting. I just ate, man. Real badasses like me speak their minds. We're in for a treat, man. The girls in the Midwest are awful too. There's a mix of entitled, I'm the table types and princess mentalities mixed with corporate boss babes that take themselves way too seriously / feminine types here. Well, I probably fall within the corporate boss babe category. I own a small business and I strongly support women's rights. No worries if that's a deal breaker. Not necessarily. It's more so that if females. Okay. Again, another warning sign to all you ladies that definitely watch me. If you're ever talking to a guy and he calls them females, run for the hills. Just go. Just run. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's more so just that if females wanted to make more money and then got granted that, they cannot realistically expect men to make even more money and only select for resources at the time. The traditional women selected for resources and wanted to be moms, yet now they select for resources in a world where men are not able to provide because the government shut that shit down by doubling tax base. Women today want to be breadwinners but still will only marry men who make more than them. Did you ever stop to think about this? How many men are can actually make a ton? It's really not realistic. I mean, like, there's some truth to what he's saying. Like, some truth. I mean, like, girl, if you want to be a girl boss and be a breadwinner, I'm sure there's plenty of guys that are fine with just being, like, stay-at-home dads, you know? I mean, there's really no shame in that. If it's just what you want, you do that. But it's just, like, there has been, like, girls that, like, you know, like gold diggers, you know, like the people that are like, if you aren't making 3 figures, well, not 3 figures, if you ain't making 6 figures, you ain't 6'2", you ain't this, you ain't that, get away from me. Like, come on. Like, there are a lot of, like, social media has done a lot about this, contributed to the problem a lot, obviously, as everyone has said. Like, expectations are, like, too high on, like, both sides, you know? Like, girls are constantly worrying if they're fat, and they're, like, literally not. Like, they are not fat at all, but they're just, like, so paranoid about being fat. And, like, they wear a bunch of makeup because they're afraid that, like, they look hideous. And, like, and they wear these, like, really revealing clothes. That could just be they're comfortable and you like to wear them. Could be. I don't know. I'm not a girl. I like baggy clothes. I don't like tight leggings, or I don't like to show off a lot of skin, and I don't like to see a lot of skin. But it's just like,
guys are getting like leg implants to make them taller because people like girls are like oh, if you ain't 6'2", you ain't a man, like brother. But I mean, yeah, that's, I forgot what I was talking about. Let's continue. I'm sure there are plenty of women that have high expectations for their partners, but in no way is that generalization a fact across the board. The only thing I care about in consideration of my partner's finances is if they can support themselves and are financially responsible. I pay for myself with the expectation that they do the same. Giving is one of my love languages, but I expect that to be reciprocated, whether that be thoughtful, handmade trinkets, a physical gift for holidays, things I know make them smile during a hard week. I agree with that. That's actually pretty good. I'm a similar way. It's just I'm broke and my funny's up and not my money. But thankfully I don't have to worry about that because I'm not in a relationship. That all sounds pretty legit. The two things that men and women have to face in day to day is, for men, how do I stand out amidst the crowd of all our other options? For women, how do I suss out the bad ones from the good? Not entirely. I hear dating experts say this a lot, except I think men also need to be cautious because women aren't always brutally honest. Tell me I'm fatter than my pics or that I'm boring. Give me feedback that's real, lol. That's real though. I don't like that I'm agreeing with this guy, especially it's on r/NiceGuys, but like that's true. A lot of the reasons why modern day relationships fail is because people aren't communicating properly. Like, you know, have you heard of like the girlfriends on Instagram that like, you know, don't tell you problems that they're having, but they repost things and expect you to see it and get a hint? Like they just lay all these clues and you're just trying to like you're just laying breadcrumbs down and you have to follow them. That hasn't necessarily happened to me before, but most of my, actually, if not all of my relationships were ended or weren't good because of bad communication. Like the last one I just had, she was a great person. Like it's just great. I love spending time with her. We were already friends for a while, but things just started not working out, and she wasn't telling me problems that she was having, and I was, you know, I told her a few problems that I was having, and it's just, she lost feelings. And that kind of sucks, you know? Well, I mean, that happens sometimes, and I really wish she did communicate more with me. And if she did, we would, I don't know, we might have been still together, but honestly, I don't really want that. Not because she was a bad partner, but just because I just don't want relationships right now. Don't appreciate the honesty, huh? No, I greatly appreciate honesty. I don't mind your perspective I just don't find your perspective particularly attractive. Yeah, typical. Can never be honest with the privileged women. You're all trashed. It's hysterical to me how you all preach that you want open communication. Then when we give it to you, you're like, ew, I don't find that attractive. Well, I mean, like, she just said she appreciates her honesty. It's just like she doesn't like your perspective. I mean, like, that's how opinions work. I'm by no way privileged. I've worked 7 days a week, 12 hours a day for years to get where I am. But I'm not interested in someone who compares genders like there's a winner and a loser. It is about partnership, equals. Take a long look at what you typed out and maybe you'll see why someone might not want to jump on board. I don't think anything I said was unreasonable or untrue. I just live in reality. I'm sure you don't have to work, lol. You could find a simp instantly if you wanted to. Men have to work. You're bananas. Somebody say bananas? I don't know. I do agree with her on the part of like girls. Yeah. Wait, what? What was I saying? Oh, I do agree with her on the fact of like him comparing genders like there's a winner and loser. That's not all right. But I'd like, and some of the things he was saying I don't think were necessarily true. They may be like partly true. But I already said what I thought about it earlier. But it's just, there isn't necessarily a better gender or race or anything, as I'm sure you've heard many times before. And if you don't believe that, then like, what's wrong with you? Like, in my personal opinion, I don't think there's anybody that is a better person, better human, than other people, you know? And what I mean by that is, like, maybe you're, like, nicer to be around, or you're more considerate of other people. Or you're, like, I don't know. It's just some people, everyone's better at something than other people, you know? Like, everyone's stupid in some way. Like, you could meet someone that is extremely book smart, but really dumb street smart. You can meet someone the absolute opposite. You can meet someone in the middle. It's just like, there's no one that is completely better than someone else. Whether it's gender, race, circumstances, everyone can be better in some ways. So, yeah. Men aren't better than women. Women aren't better than men. Whites aren't better than blacks. Blacks aren't better than whites, or in any way. Maybe some of them have better tolerance towards weather conditions, or more physically, like more consistently physically able. But that doesn't really make you a better race, you know? And even then, that is just like, that's just generalization, which is a big cause of racism and sexism and all of that. So it's just like, I just think of everyone as human beings, regardless of whatever they are. And I think of everyone as their own specific person, because that's what you are. You can't really, you know, you can't really just assume everything based on these little things, you know? And if you just instantly think you're better than everybody because of something, or you think you're instantly better than someone else because of some detail about them, if you think you're better than someone in every single way, you are worse than them. You're bananas. Like I previously mentioned, I own and operate a business. I also freelance for other businesses 3 days a week. This results in me working 7 days a week. I have no interest in a simp, as you say, but in your mind, that probably means any man that isn't an alpha. Ooh, got him there. Dude, you've been red-pilled so damn hard, and I pity you. No, I mean, you could just find a rich guy and never work. I have zero interest in being a housewife. Yeah, boss girl. You tell her. You tell him. That's okay, I don't find your perspective particularly attractive. How empathetic, how dare I be human. Oh, good dude, best of luck in Montana. I hope your contract is short. I won, you lost. Have fun in your fairy tale fantasy world where you don't have to understand alternative thought due to Sims just saying what you want to hear. Real badasses like me speak their minds. Again, a confirmation that you consider a relationship to have a winner and a loser. I feel sorry for you. Real badass. Adorable. Yeah. I mean, in a relationship sense, there's never one person that is completely right or completely wrong. While it may be one person may be more wrong than the other person, no one is 100% in the right. That's how relationships work. You have to take responsibility for things together, accept your own shortcomings, and learn to be better from them. If you go in a relationship with the thought of, I'm right, you're wrong all the time, that is going to lead to nothing but arguments because you're being stupid. The idea, in my opinion, the idea of a relationship is you and that person against everything. You two work as a unit. You aren't just two separate people with a relationship. You are two people together. And that's how it works, you know? And like, if you can't work that way, then you aren't a good partner. Good luck here. Real badasses like you don't get far. I don't understand the winner-loser thing at all, obviously. The not finding my perspective attractive comment speaks volumes. Like, that is so disgustingly inhuman. I'll tell that to a rape victim? You're reaching so hard, Sweet Pea. Just can't stand to be rejected that we have to make it a big deal. I was respectful through this whole string of bullshit. She was. Attractive. Oh, wait. Just tell me what was so unattractive about my perspective. I just find that statement so frustrating. Like, I can't be myself. Shouldn't everyone be able to do that? You can, but it doesn't mean I have to like you.
Good point. You clearly aren't even able to answer a question or address anything directly, so get lost, bitch. Okay.
I think I spent too much time on that one. I yapped so much. My bad. I don't belittle women at all. I cherish them. But the CIA is turning women into O's.
Let's just get into it, man. That may be true, but it still don't make it right. Good part about my job is are a select few patrons, some of my coworkers, and the ability to read all the books I want. I like reading, and that's good. Oh, you do? Do you have any books you're currently reading? The Way of the Superior Man. I've never heard of that book, but it does not sound good. I've heard some weird things about that book personally. What are your thoughts on it? Weird like what? Weird. It's a very good book for young men trying to find purpose in life, you know? I heard it was described as a self-help book for men, which I'm all for, but I've seen questionable things said about women in the book itself. Not really. It states facts, to be honest. Women act on emotion, and it's true. I was raised by a single mother. I think that's a very dangerous overgeneralization. Do you not believe men too can act on emotion? No, I believe we all do, but I think women express emotion more openly than men. But nowadays, these fellas coming up are straight pussies. Alright. Stop. Reverse. That is a very dangerous overgeneralization, just in general. That is something some of my closer friends do. Not closer friends, there's specifically one where he just like, if I state a problem I'm having with a girl, or he's stating a problem he's having with his girlfriend, he just says a generalization, women have these problems. Is in his mind, all women are the same. So he overgeneralizes everyone, making him just sort of sexist. And I mean, he treats his girlfriend well, and that's what he does. And he does treat women well, usually, and is very respectful. He does have sort of sexist views, you know? And I mean, it doesn't help that all the girls our age that, like, he ends up getting involved with romantically all suck. So it continues feeding into that, like, sexist mindset. But it's just like, every time he says it, I correct it. I say it's not women, it's people. I don't say men have these problems or women have these problems, even though I just said that a second ago. It's just like, putting labels on everything really just like, it just doesn't help things, you know? If you just put someone in a category, you put them in this box, and then they can't break out of that box in your mind, and it's just like, you know, I just think it's kind of dumb. And they act like females. See, females again. Okay, we should have like a count for how many times we see females used. Perhaps that's true, but I think that societal pressure that tells men to show emotion makes them weak. I don't agree with that. Act like females. Come on, man. What do you mean, come on? There's nothing wrong with expressing emotions. It's healthy. There's a line where expressing emotions become over the top and aggressive, but showing emotion in general is nothing to be shameful of. Okay, I agree with you fully. What's the issue? You saying that women act on emotion overgeneralize the entire gender, also referring to women as females, is kind of weird to me. It's the librarian in me that knows there are way better and healthier books out there that don't belittle women. Why is it weird? I don't refer to them like that regularly. Yes, I'm aware. I don't belittle women at all. I cherish them. Maybe some of the women I dealt with in the past changed my thinking about them, but I know every woman is different and has their own story just like everyone else, so I don't judge. Okay, so far I'm agreeing with them, I guess, sort of. Just bad wording. It's hard for me to describe, so I'm going to try. It's sort of like an alarm for a lot of women because men who often who refer to women as females often associate with very harmful ideologies about dating culture and the role of women in a relationship. Very red pill / incel culture-esque, if you know those terms. Oh yeah, I know what you mean, and I don't agree with any of that bullcrap. It's brain rot. The culture is for loser men who can't attract women because they are feminine as fuck, or just plain out losers. I wouldn't say they're feminine. I think they just like put themselves in like an overly masculine like mindset, because that's what red pill is screw women. You have a girlfriend and she wants to go to the movies, no, and just like saying just basically grinding for money, and then like putting women in their place, basically. So they are plain out losers. I will agree with that. I'm sad to hear that your opinion has been changed from a few bad apples. Like you said, everyone has their own story. I've met some not great guys. That's not going to make me start consuming misandry. Yeah, exactly. Just because I've been with a few horrible girls doesn't mean I think all women are trash. I think social media fucked up dating. I very much agree. And Western ideology. You lost me. The CIA is behind it. They're promoting women being hoes and destroying men and families. What? Is that a joke? No, it's not, lol. I'm dead ass. Right. Well, I think this is where we're gonna have to part ways. Good choice. Really, it's that serious to you? So I've already been there with a dude years ago who's very much into traditional values and such, but it definitely leaned into harmful generalizations and content that I just simply couldn't agree with, and that's sort of where I feel this is going, unfortunately. Oh, that's it? Okay. Yeah, I mean... yeah. There's... honestly, he was mostly chill. Like, everything was fine. Like, maybe just worded some things bad. And then, Western ideology. The CIA is promoting women being hoes. Huh? Oh, yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say. For me, like, traditional values, they do sound appealing to me in the sense of, like, you know, I have a job, I go home, I have a wife, I have kids. Like, that's kind of the life I want to have. And, like, I don't, like, want my wife to be strictly a housewife. I mean, if she wants to be, that's fine. Like, you do what you want to do, man. It's just, like, my ideal life for the future, like, I want to end up having a family. You know, getting a smaller house, like a decently sized house. Startled me. Just like have a decent sized house. I honestly like around the size of a house that I have here. So like a smaller house out in the country, not a very big yard. I don't like mowing. And then just like have a wife, 2 kids, 2 or 3 kids at most. Because I don't want to have an only child because I don't want them to be lonely. But like, I don't know. Like, I would like to have like 2 kids, boy and girl. 2 boys, I'm fine. 2 girls, like, I hope not. Because, periods and stuff. But like, partly I want to have a boy so I can like raise him to be better than me, Because I mean, you can do that with women and everything, and girls, and like raise them to be great girls, but it's just like there's a barrier there. I don't understand what it's like to be a woman, so I can't help them for a lot of things. So that kind of sucks, but I'll be able to like, I can help them with like morals and stuff. But it's just mainly like I like the idea of raising someone to be better than me. Yeah. So crazy, right? I am a D1 yapper. Low-key.
I didn't even finish reading one of them all the way, and it's like the base recording was 43 minutes. I need to learn how to shut up. If you like the video and want to see more, like the video, subscribe, turn on notifications whenever I post again. I'm planning on posting bi-weekly. If you have a specific subreddit you want me to look at, or a video you want me to react to, you can comment it, or you can join the community Discord server. A link will be in the description, where you can, submit. You laugh, you lose, like videos. If I get enough of those, I'll record me doing one of those. Cringe submission I have as well, and I have suggestions for things I could do in my channel or on the Discord server. Or if you don't want to do any of that, you could just chill with the other like 3 people that are probably in there at the same time as you. So yeah. I also have a Twitch account, which I mentioned earlier in the video. If you haven't seen it, then what are you doing here? But twitch.tv/Shanaman. I'll stream Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I have another channel called Shanaman VODs, where I'll be posting the VODs from my streams, and probably clips from the streams. And yeah, that is pretty much it. I guess I'll see you later. Stay ugly.